A very, very good morning in this Tuesday business. Remember, we are back once again in our business. Globally, it has been a challenge economically and also in this situation, especially in Kenya, for political race that which is going on has changed many things. But does the Kenyans have hope for the change? Do we have hope for the remaining 1 month before whoever that good takes the seat to make change in our nation? Many people have been talking about the change in our economic after the 2022 August on 9th. But remember, yesterday we had a discussion with the gubernatorial race in Nairobi County. They were talking about what they are going to do for the common mwananchi, and they were giving their speeches, they were giving their thoughts, they were giving their manifesto. But today we are back again in our Tuesday business. My guest is already there in the house. Remember, we are talking about a big business across the world, not only locally, but we are internationally. And that's why this morning I want us to bring my guests here in studio to introduce themselves, starting from our far left. I'm starting with my guest far left. Paul, you can introduce yourself.
Thank you very much. My name is Coach Paul. I have a background in the hospitality industry, and I'm also very happy that Dr. Osoro has taken this opportunity to welcome us here once again. I think this is the third or fourth time, and give us an opportunity, of course, to talk about our company. Virtual AVS has given us an opportunity to empower people in the community. So right now, I'm working with this company. It's based in Washington, D.C. I'm one of the business partners. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach Paul, for the very nice introduction. Coming to my second guest is in the middle, Albert.
Thank you, Dr. Osoro, and good morning, world, everybody who is watching. We are very, very excited to be here in the studio. You know, my name is Albert Nation, also with a background in the social entrepreneurship, you know, working a lot with young people and communities.
Properly, you can also get in. Remember, this is Romi TV Africa, our social media platform. Subscribe, like, and also keep commenting, sharing. Tell us where you're watching us from. Last week, Coach Paul, last week we were talking about the fact of AVS hope for family despite challenging economic times.
Yes.
And we saw a number of things from the mindset, from the limitations of the mind of the people on how they can change economically and also globally in terms of business. But this morning, I'm also bringing you back to our topic. This morning, we are talking about the in the market, whereby we will be talking about the new gold mine for everyone's income. Does this income makes a change? Before we get to the August 9th, 2022, especially in Kenya and globally, many countries at this moment, they are going for election, including USA and other countries. But this morning, allow me to once again pose my first question to Coach Paul. Coach Paul, as today we're looking at the numbers in terms of the airtime, in terms of people, and in terms of the business. My first question goes like, what is the current mobile phone situation globally, continental and globally?
Current mobile phone situation. Thank you very much for that question. when you're looking at a situation in business, I think it's good to always figure out the numbers. Numbers help us make sense out of the business. So mobile phone penetration, just in a place like, for example, Africa. Africa is a big continent, do you agree? And it is one of the places where this device right here has become something that most people would say habitually use on a daily basis. It's like we're attached to our phones the same way you'd be attached to your spouse, if that's the case.
You reminded me something because yesterday I was talking with a colleague here, and they was talking about the phone that some people go to their phones to the toilet, some go to the kitchen, some go to the bathroom, that's
to bathe with
their phones, and we were laughing about that.
So it's interesting that you brought that about, because again, I want to talk about that habits. Changing a habit is not an easy thing. You have to go through a very rigorous process to try and adopt a new habit. For example, going to the washroom with your mobile phone means there's a sentimental value that you have to it, and there are things that you perhaps are attached to as close as a mobile phone. You can say, for example, that it makes you feel as if you can literally almost not live without it. So because of that habit, we're not trying to introduce something new. This is something that almost 600 million people perhaps, like in Africa, for example, are habitually using on a daily basis. And because it becomes a habit, over 600 million people, for example, if they are using a mobile phone device every day in their lives, it means that we can also teach them how to, listen to this word, monetize that habit. Monetize the habit. Because if you have a habit of picking up your phone every single day, for example, what if you could make just $1 from every single time you picked up that phone? What if it's 200 times in a day? The normal, on an average, I think I checked the statistics the other day, saying between 150 and 200 times in a day, the average human picks up their phone. So what's 200 times $1? It's $200 in Kenya. That's somebody's rent money. So what if you can make $1 for every single time? And that's where we're going with this conversation. So those are just some stats to give you an idea of the penetration of mobile phones, especially smartphones. I think my colleague here can say more about that.
Maybe if I may ask a nation of the same related question, that how do these numbers impact business worldwide?
Yes, again, thank you so much because of that question, and our discussion here is literally on numbers. Because if you look at businesses, everywhere across the world, businesses are powered based on numbers. So when we are looking at how this literally touches on businesses, is because if you, I was just again looking at statistics, and by the year 2012, we only had about 698 million mobile phones. That was 2012. 10 years later, what do we have? We're talking of close to 5.3
The number
billion.
is doubling.
It's mind-boggling. I think it's not even doubling. There's no even number to talk about that, because when we come from 690 something to 5 billion, that's a lot in 10 years. So that basically shows you where things are moving to. Digital revolution, digital economies is the way that the business is going towards. So yeah, we are there, and I know even as we discuss much of these things, that is exactly what we are talking about.
So when we talk about of the same, how this number impact the world, that means as many people are using like 2 to 3 SIM cards.
Again, people we call mobile service providers, the people who give us the internet, who give us the airtime, who give us the SIM cards, are in business. And you realize that the packaging that they have for various sort of like payment packages or payment models attract different people. There are those who go for the creme de la creme of the society, and there are those who go for the dogo, you know, bit by bit payment. Everybody needs to feel welcomed into that space. So the numbers indeed are what we are here to demystify today, and just be able to let you, the viewer, you, the person who is being attracted to business, who has a mobile phone in your hand right now, to show you what can that mobile phone do to you that it's doing to the other bigger business. Because remember, the bigger businesses are not there if the user is not there. They all depend on one person, two people, three people who end up making all the numbers. And those numbers are now what moves the money to the bank. Now we want to show you today, how does this money move to your bank before it goes to another bank?
So that means the bigger users, before the providers provide for us, they must have users. We must be there, so that that business must be both parties, the provider and the user. Wow, great. Coach Paul, if I come to you, how is virtual AVS taking advantage of this space? Because the numbers are increasing and the number is high now.
Thank you for the question. I think that's a good word to use, taking advantage.
Yeah.
How do you take advantage of something? Well, first of all, it has to have an advantage of you doing it. And one of the things that Virtual AVS as a company realized is that airtime is the fastest moving consumer product. When you understand how fast something can
Well, what do you mean by saying like airtime is the fastest consumer moving product to the consumers? Because people go like common mwananchi most in Africa, we used to ugali or food. We say that the
consumer product as well. Well, consume means utilize something, and that's one of the words that also comes up. Looking at the definition the other day, and utilities are things that we have to make use of on a daily basis, electricity and things like that. Ugali, you're talking about ugali, for example. So how many people actually consume ugali, like in places like Africa? And they call it different names in different countries.
Yeah.
I know, I think in Nigeria they call it fufu or something else. So for all these things consumers use, for it to be qualified as a fast moving consumer product, you have to look at the numbers once again. We've just talked about the numbers right now, and I think our producer is sharing some of these slides. The industry in airtime, I think that was about 2019. It was estimated that just from mobile was going to generate around $900 billion. Do you know what the industry was valued at on that same year? It was valued at 1.44 trillion. US and 1.44 trillion.
It's a very big or huge difference.
Double.
Almost twice.
So if an industry can make double from the projection of what you're looking at to what you actually value the industry at, there has to be some speed in a product being consumed or bought by the consumers for it to accumulate that much revenue. 2020 did about 1.83 trillion US dollars. 2021, 2.01 trillion dollars. Look at the rise. Fast moving consumer
is it that people are using airtime more than
the same word I used, habits.
the habit?
Habitual. What happened between 2019 and 2021? What was the major thing that affected every person in the world? What was the situation? COVID pandemic. So habitually, people would shift, perhaps maybe the way that you used to buy things from a supermarket, to go into an app that would have to request for a service, and that app requires airtime or data. So habitual use of this product, and the more people continue to consume it, increased the revenue, double, triple what it actually the industry was projected to make. And that's the reason we are qualifying it as a fast moving consumer product. So how is this virtual AVS, again, coming back to that question, taken advantage
Advantage of this space.
of this particular space? I think I was listening to a quote this morning that was being, I always listen to certain people talk about specific discussions from their own enterprises and what they're doing as entrepreneurs. And what they say is that as a company, they're telling the consumers, we could have chosen to do this without you. We could have chosen to do this without you. By the way, we had a company, we were running it, things were doing well. We could have chosen to do it without you. But we're choosing to involve you in that conversation.
To be part of it.
Because we want you to be part of what is happening in this very huge industry. Why? Why? Because we believe that through the revenue that's coming in from this industry, actually we don't need loans. We don't need to get into places where perhaps you're dependent on maybe SACCOs. What is happening as kids go back to school and parents are thinking, so where are we going to get money to pay for our children's school? Maybe they're about 2 or 3 kids. Now this is not a new conversation. Parents have been having this conversation every single time children go back to school. So how do we change that?
The
money that's coming out,
pattern.
exactly. This is where virtual AVS looked at the solution, because you have, if you're actually in the, and listen to this, if you're actually in the business of solving problems, you're going to stay in business for a very long time. Not providing products and services. Everybody has products and services. We're talking about if you're in the business of providing solutions, you're going to stay in business for a long time.
Not to provide the service, but the solution.
Services are there, but what is the solution? What is your company solving? So virtual AVS is providing a solution currently of the money that's going out for example, your airtime expense. It's a lot. If you look at the statistics, on an average, people spend between $1 and $3 on a daily basis for money on their airtime or data. In a month, it's about between 1,000 and 3,000 Kenya shillings, about $10 to $30. So this money that's coming out of your pocket, virtual AVS looked at the revenue that it makes for these companies. Can we look for a way to cash back the consumers? Cash back. Because that money is rotating in the economy, it can come back to the pockets of the consumers. And then, instead of during COVID, for businesses to go like this, you can help the same consumers to boost the economy from the same money. It's coming out and it's also boosting the economy, so that cash back can be somebody's revenue, somebody's income, passive income. That is what virtual AVS did to take advantage of that situation.
Of the situation that is happening. Remember, this is Romi TV Africa. In our Tuesday business, we are talking about the airtime, the crockery gold mine business through the airtime. And I'm joined with my guest is here, Coach Paul, and also Nashon, the African team leader. But this morning, we are going for a short break. But after this short break, we are coming and we will be knowing what makes the airtime such a big deal in the industry. But after this short break, keep tuned in. Like, subscribe, and keep following us. Comment, tell us where you are watching us from. Coming back after this short break.
Did you know that you can make money from one of the fastest moving consumer products in the world? Did you know that making money online is the best way to secure your financial future in this fast-changing economic landscape? Introducing Virtual Airtime Vending Software, a revolutionary system that allows you to become an airtime distributor globally. Virtual AVS is a system that uses network marketing model of distribution to distribute airtime of more than 300 mobile service providers in more than 100 countries across the globe. It is arguably one of the biggest opportunities in the telecommunication industry that was valued at $1.83 trillion as of 2020. Virtual AVS has a generous compensation plan that has 3 streams of income, namely license commission, airtime commission, and bulk airtime commission. How to get started? 1. Download the Virtual AVS Android app on Google Play Store and create an account. 2. Pay the 24 months user license of $69 and become a partner. 3. Upgrade your account with $75 and start earning bulk airtime commission passive income. 3. Recommend the Virtual AVS system and start earning license, airtime, and bulk airtime commissions as shown below. For all the business partners you recommend in your first level, you earn $10. For the second level, you earn $4, $2 for levels 3 to 10, and $1 for levels 11 to 15. In addition, any airtime you load through the virtual AVS system, you earn 0.5% for the first $20 and 5% for any amount over and above $20. You also earn 0.4% of the first $20 airtime loaded every month by all the partners in your team from levels 1 to 15, as shown in the previous table. All accounts upgraded to earn bulk airtime commission will earn 55 cents from the holder of the account, 55 cents from level 1 to 10, 22 cents from level 11 to 14, and 55 cents from level 15. If you recommend 5 people in your first level and everyone in your team recommends 5 each, then the table below shows how your projected commissions would look like. Virtual AVS also allows you to register customers for free, and you will be earning commissions from all the airtime float they load. All the commissions you earn are channeled to your AVS wallet and can be withdrawn anytime to your mobile money account or bank account. Download the Virtual AVS app and get started in this life-changing opportunity, or contact the person who sent you this video. Take action today.
All right, welcome back again in our Tuesday business. Remember, we are here on the set talking about a big deal for this 2022 economically change. There is a route, there is a way. Where there is a will, there is a way. And where there is a will, there must be a will before. It is about the willingness, it's about the readiness, it's about being mindset. Because everybody can do everything, and not everything that is resourceful, but everyone can decide what to do. And this morning in Tuesday business, remember, we are talking about the virtual AVS. I have the guest is in the house. Remember, I had introduced them earlier. From far left, I have Coach Paul, and he's with us in studio. Also in the middle, I have Nation. Albert is also in the studio, and we were talking about the global gold mine for everyone's income, and we have seen how this goes, especially when we talk about the numbers. But when we went to the short break, we promised to know this big industry. If I turn to my guest here in the middle, Albert Nation, maybe what makes the airtime such a big deal in the industry? Because from the question we talked from Coach Paul, it was we were looking on how virtual AVS is taking the advantage of the space. But now, as he has explained the number of dappling, what makes it a big deal in the industry?
Wow. Airtime is surely a big deal. And I know I've been talking to a number of people and even asking, if you are only left with your mobile phone and 100 shillings, $1 give or take, what would you prefer to use the 100 shillings on airtime or on food or on transport? And many people say I'd rather buy airtime. You know,
I can make some calls.
Yes, I can. With the airtime, it gives me an opportunity to call more people, to be online, to text, and I can make more money. So airtime is what facilitates people to be online. And remember, nowadays we are saying, when we talk about the hierarchy of needs, you know, the Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of needs, where we are talking about key things in a human's development plan.
The 5 key notes in the hierarchy.
That's it, Maslow. You know, the Abraham Maslow theory, you know. What happens is people have actually put Wi-Fi as a very key need. You know, yesterday I was talking to somebody who said, hey, my son is at home for 2 months because they're out of school. And so when we asked if he's okay, what he said is, as long as I have Wi-Fi. You know? And so for many people, they still don't have universal Wi-Fi in their homes. And so for you to be online, what then do you need? You need data. And to get data, you will buy Airtime. That is where it starts from. Once you have data, then you go online. When you go online, the world has opened to you. You can now have 1,000 possibilities right in your hands. Now, that's what we are talking about today. And if you listen to the mobile service providers, never will you hear them telling you to buy airtime. Instead, they are going to constantly take you to products. Dial this and get this. Dial this and get this. So we have a lot of offers to go online. But for you to go online, everybody needs airtime. So airtime is a big deal because we buy it habitually. Again, the word is habitual. And as we are going to be demystifying this even more, part of what we are talking about is, imagine, if buying airtime is your habit, then why don't you want to make money out of a habit? Because that is something you do every day, every time, everywhere. Make money.
Is that program also at companies taking advantage apart from the virtual AVS? Because I've seen a number of a time, like in my Safaricom line, a number of a time I get messages, they say that buy pills through this, you can use M-Pesa to buy airtime. And yet, if a line of Safaricom or Airtel, automatically I will go to the shop and buy the scratch card, and of course it belongs to the company that which I'm using the line. But now you will find messages, they say that if you buy from M-Pesa, there is a discount, or you are given double of something. What does that mean? Maybe Coach Paul.
Yeah, let Coach Paul say, and then I'll add on to something.
I actually love that topic. It's one of my favorites whenever it is that we're doing our Zoom sessions, and I get a chance to try again to use that same word, demystify what's happening when service providers, not necessarily people, and there are service providers that are out there who have noticed that word, how much of a big deal airtime is. Now, if you haven't noticed that yet, probably you might be in a coma mentally, but you'll catch up because it depends on how attentive you are to the trends that are happening out there. So with virtual AVS, they looked at the global market as compared to what maybe the local service providers, for example, somebody who sets up like a till number, or a place where somebody can buy airtime from online virtually. Remember, airtime is not a product you need to carry around like bread or meat, or not that there is anything wrong with those products. It's just that it makes, that's why the word virtual AVS, virtually, because airtime you actually don't need to carry it. So when these people set up shops, you can say online shops where people can buy airtime or data, is because they also want, I think our slides show something like that.
Maybe
a small cut,
can show us
a small percentage from that. There are actually people doing bulk distribution, not just one person or two people buying from their shop, but they actually work with even corporate companies. And from these small commissions, they look like things that you could assume are insignificant. If I told Albert you can earn 1 shilling from airtime sales, sometimes you might think that's nothing.
It might not look sense
like
to
a
him.
lot of money, yeah? But if you spread that across 53 million people, 200 million people,
it will make sense.
how much money is that in a minute or in a second? That's what bulk distribution does. So
I want you to make of the same point, maybe, we want to understand that when you are talking about maybe you are making a pop from an airtime, because I've seen this happening with the providers, the service providers. When you talk about the airtime or the SIM cards, because of course it's part of it, they tell you that we're giving you a SIM card free, but you buy airtime from most of the competitors in the market, with the network providers we have, more especially in Kenya. And once you buy, you are given a line free, the first thing they tell you to do is to buy airtime so that they will activate for you. Does it mean that there is a secret behind this airtime?
There is a secret. You see, what this, again, let me use that word, service provider. What this service provider is doing is that he wants to connect you, the consumer, to him, the service provider.
So that means once they connect you, you keep on using that airtime.
Yeah,
they can give you
something
like
I'm explaining there. So when they connect you this is the start of the relationship between you and the company. This is all that it needed to make sure that business begins. You see, without that connection of the SIM card, for example, where else will you be shopping for your airtime? Probably from another service provider.
Yeah.
So to get you integrated, that word again, integrated, they connect you through the SIM card, number one. This is just how the telecommunication industry works. Once they connect you, what it does is that, again, and I think many people, that's why we demystify this thing about network marketing. It builds a network for them. The network of consumers is the network marketing model of the service provider, him or do not give it a gender, the actual company using that network marketing model to help them build income from many consumers across the world, or maybe across the country. Because I believe that every service provider, not all of them have a global distribution, most of them concentrate on a local distribution.
Because I believe a distributor is given a certain area that you cannot get out.
Yeah, they could get out, but it depends on how far their network goes. E.g., if I can provide services in Kenya and Ethiopia, like for example, one of the service providers in Kenya is doing that. When they provide services in Kenya and they provide the same in Ethiopia, you've just tackled two markets. Those two markets are going to bring you a lot of money from millions and millions of people, because that small 2 shillings here, that rand there, that dollar there, it's being collected, and the network marketing model in that particular service provider's business is allowing them to collect money from these other consumers that are buying, for example, airtime and data. So Virtual AVS saw that as a vision. They just now changed that to make sure that the dining table includes the consumer, not just the service provider. Also, the consumer can sit and eat from the same dining table.
Maybe if I once again to Nation Albert, of course, I want to pose up the same questions. Coach Paul has said about it depends on where their network or their service reaches. Maybe if it goes to a country or to two countries, still what they make from there depends on the people that who are using their services. It gives them more. But what guarantees, because a number of mobile providers or service providers, they're limited to places. But I'm looking at virtual AVS that is globally, that there's no limitations to a country. Like you are in East Africa, you are in Africa, you are in Europe. What makes that difference, and how you can differentiate us? Because I understand that virtual AVS is doing a service where it has combined all the service providers, regardless of the country, of the network provider. What makes that difference before we go to our short break?
That's a powerful question, and that's why I gave you a gota. In Kenya, we call it gota. Now, what happens is this, and the reason why we are discussing this is something we call the leverage, and leverage and multi-level marketing can be so powerful because somebody is using technology to make a difference in your life. Now, let's look at two aspects here. Aspect number one, I know we were talking about everybody sends you SMSs, promotions, and they say buy this from here, pay this using that, do that, and all the rest. The reason why today we are talking about the power of airtime as a global income for everyone is because of virtual AVS. And virtual airtime vending system or software is offering a service whereby you have a platform, and this platform runs on your Android smartphone. You get it? And what simply happens is they have done all the back-end technological work. All you have to do is download the app, and we'll talk about that next, and be in the business. So what happens, the difference between virtual AVS and every other service is it pays you money and in dollars for you spending what you must spend. And the reason why we are specifically today talking about airtime is because even you who's watching, if you ask yourself, how many times have you loaded airtime over the last 4 days, over the last 5 days? What is your airtime budget every month? What's your airtime budget every day? Some people do not even know because they keep loading. And mobile service providers are even more what I would say, aggressive with their business strategy. That is why they've even brought things we call Okoa Jahazi. Jahazi is like a small boat out there in the waters. You know, so when it's going to wobble, then somebody rescues it. So Okoa Jahazi means, hey, are you wobbling? Don't you have airtime? Are you stuck? Just dial these numbers and airtime will be given to you in advance. So why are you even being given airtime in advance? Because you do want to communicate, you do want to go online, you do want to text, and they know that this is what powers your life. This is what powers business. And so in a nutshell, all we are saying is this, that globally, virtual AVS is attractive because it has brought all service providers under the platform. So whichever country you are in, whichever town you are in, whichever service you want to use, I will earn, whether you are in my country or in another country, you buy your airtime and my money will follow me right here. Because virtual AVS has done all that facilitation. And that is why we are saying that the income that you will receive multiple platforms from different people, and it all pays you in dollars.
Wow, that's great. Before we go to our short break, I will read a few messages here in our YouTube channel. Good morning world. I can see also Mzuri Kenya says, Aweza People's Achievement Consultants Limited Company say great show. Also Njeri Washira, very educational. Kaeke saying watching live from Nairobi. Keep telling us where you are watching us from. We shall be reading your comments. And this is Tuesday Business. We are live here from Romi TV Africa. Go to our social media platforms, like, subscribe for us, and also comment. Tell us where you are watching us from. Remember, this is Dr. Robert Osoro at Romi TV Africa. We are coming back after this short break. Keep watching. Stay tuned.
Did you know that you can make money from one of the fastest moving consumer products in the world? Did you know that making money online is the best way to secure your financial future in this fast-changing economic landscape? Introducing Virtual Airtime Vending Software, a revolutionary system that allows you to become an airtime distributor globally. Virtual AVS is a system that uses network marketing model of distribution to distribute airtime of more than 300 mobile service providers in more than 100 countries across the globe. It is arguably one of the biggest opportunities in the telecommunication industry that was valued at $1.83 trillion as of 2020. Virtual AVS has a generous compensation plan that has 3 streams of income, namely license commission, airtime commission, and bulk airtime commission. How to get started? 1. Download the Virtual AVS Android app on Google Play Store and create an account. 2. Pay the 24 months user license of $69 and become a partner. 3. Upgrade your account with $75 and start earning bulk airtime commission passive income. 3. Recommend the Virtual AVS system and start earning license, airtime, and bulk airtime commissions as shown below. For all the business partners you recommend in your first level, you earn $10. For the second level, you earn $4. $2 for levels 3 to 10, and $1 for levels 11 to 15. In addition, any airtime you load through the Virtual AVS system, you earn 0.5% for the first $20 and 5% for any amount over and above $20. You also earn 0.4% of the first $20 airtime loaded every month by all the partners in your team from levels 1 to 15, as shown in the previous table. All accounts upgraded to earn bulk airtime commission will earn 55 cents from the holder of the account, 55 cents from level 1 to 10, 22 cents from level 11 to 14, and 55 cents from level 15. If you recommend 5 people in your first level and everyone in your team recommends 5 each, then the table below shows how your projected commissions would look like. Virtual AVS also allows you to register customers for free, and you will be earning commissions from all the airtime float they load. All the commissions you earn are channeled to your AVS wallet and can be withdrawn anytime to your mobile money account or bank account. Download the Virtual AVS app and get started in this life-changing opportunity, or contact the person who sent you this video.
Welcome back once again after this short break. Remember, this is Romi TV Africa. Dr. Robert also go to all our social media platforms, like, subscribe for us. Comment and tell us where you are watching us from. You keep on sending your comments, keep on sending your questions. After this show, we shall be having a moment with my guests, and they will be in a position to answer your questions. Coming back to virtual AVS. Coach Paul, my question goes direct back to you, because we are talking about the users, we are talking about the providers, we are talking about the consumers. But now my question goes that why does every mobile user need to have an account, whether they are in a pre or a postpaid plan?
Okay, that's a good question. Whether you're in a prepaid or a postpaid plan, I think it really doesn't matter at this point in time. When you're starting a business, whether you, for example, you use a mobile phone to start the business, or perhaps maybe you want to do it in the traditional way, what really matters is your intention. What do you want to do in your current state of life? I think I just want to read something from our website, and for those who haven't been able to do that, they can go to our website www.virtualavs.com, and there's a statement that it says there. It says, we all want to eat at the best restaurants. At some point, we can also be able to travel without having on vacations with our family, and also handle expenses without having to borrow money, sell things, or engage in illegal activity. You need the money, but you don't want to do it that way. Get loans and sell stuff or engage in illegal activity. Now, the reason that they put that statement there is because most people would depend on such methods to get money. Traditional jobs, getting a loan, and perhaps even engaging in some illegal activity. However, Virtual AVS has decided to put up a platform where, for the very first time, even somebody who has no education, somebody who doesn't have privileges in life, somebody who might not come from the best of backgrounds, can be able to start a business in one of the most lucrative industries in the world, the telecommunications industry. So if I'm on a prepaid or a postpaid line, that was not the qualification for starting the business. What was the qualification? Downloading the Virtual AVS app, going to your registration form, fill in your details, click on the buy services icon, get your business license, which is very important. Just like in any other business, you need a license of operation for just $69. I mean, most people who joined this venture in the telecommunication industry, when they wanted to become a super dealer or a multi-level distributor perhaps, they were, I think at some point I heard of one even tell me that they spent about $25,000 just to get started, setting up the infrastructure and everything else. It's a lot of money. But for just $69, a normal person can now jump into that industry and get some money from that. So starting your business, it's really not important whether you have a prepaid or a postpaid line. It's whether you actually have the intention of making a difference in your life. If you are, then we'll teach you how to do that. Now,
so in that point, what you mean,
yeah,
you don't need to open a space like a shop where maybe you will be doing from that means like selling, like in a traditional way, where like if you are an agent, you have to buy, if it's scratch cards, and you are selling from there. And
yeah, the industry is moving slowly away from that. I don't know if you've noticed around the world, rarely do we see the many number of agents that were there on the street, perhaps even vending, scratch cards and things like that, because virtually that product can now be obtained even by buying via your bank card. People can buy bulk airtime and data. So as the world slowly adopts, very fast, but this is a fast changing economic landscape, as they in a very fast way adopt network marketing models and virtual distribution systems like Virtual AVS, for example, people are learning to shift away from the traditional way of distribution to the virtual, technologically enabled way of distribution. And through that method, I think to answer your question once again, is that we are learning that wherever you're coming from, regardless of your background, like I was in hospitality, he was in a different industry, anybody can actually do this. As long as you have a mobile phone and you want to start the business, we can teach you how to do that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Coming to Albert, please justify income numbers based on the virtual AVS business model.
Wow. Great. Again, just like my coach Paul partner here has said, you know, virtual AVS is globally making life very, very, very easy. You know, why? Because with $144, you are in business for 5 years internationally. You know, even just thinking about that, where else do you spend $144 to do an international business? You know, it's not doable. You know, it's not just possible. Convert that into your local currency and look around you. Even just go ask a person with a very simple shop how much they invested to do a global business or that local business. So when we bring it down to what virtual AVS is doing with the numbers, you know, all we are saying is this. We started off by telling people that the telecommunication industry is massive. You know, 5.2 billion and still going. Everybody wants to put their business on a mobile phone. You know, right now we are talking here and people are watching globally on a mobile phone. Advertisements are being run on the mobile phones. Value chain distribution and supply systems are all going on mobile phones. Children who are not going to school are being educated on a mobile phone or on a device in their homes. So the world has gotten flat. Basically, that is what we call technology. That the world has become flat. And by the world becoming flat, all numbers have gone digital. So if numbers have gone digital, then how is virtual AVS leveraging on this space to give everybody an opportunity to make money? Number one, very simple. When you have your mobile phone device, you buy your airtime. So virtual AVS is simply saying, connect to somebody in our network and let all of us spend our own money. You know, you don't have to sell airtime. If we are 6 of us in a network and somebody brought everybody else who connected under them, everybody, the 5 people will buy their airtime, and the one person who started off on the map will earn from all the 6 people. So in a nutshell, what virtual AVS is doing, and I think I want to talk a little bit about something over here. In Kenya, we have what we call the Harambee spirit, you know, coming together to solve a crisis. I have a sick person, I have a death, I have a pandemic, whatever happened, people come together to solve a crisis. Why do people do that? Because we realize if a hospital bill is 1,000 shillings, and I mean 1 million shillings, and I cannot do it by myself, I need 1,000 friends to each give me 1,000 bob. That's basically the principle of communalism, coming together to solve a crisis. But virtual AVS is now telling us, why then don't we come together to build business? You know, let's connect all our mobile phones, let's connect all our SIM cards, and everybody spends what they are spending out there on habits they must spend, and let's make money while doing that. When we do this, the possibility is this simple. And I think Coach Paul mentioned it earlier. Do you know that it is very possible for you to earn $5 a month from 1,000 people every month for life? $5,000 a month.
How?
How do you do that? Start today. How do you start today? Download the virtual AVS app from
where does they download
from Play Store. Go to Google Play Store, get your Android phone, download that app, and find an upline. An upline simply means somebody you are connecting to in the business. You will find an upline. If you can't find an upline, I'm here, Coach Paul is here, you are here, we are all here. You will find an upline. Somebody invited you to watch this show. Somebody shared this link with you. Somebody sent you a message via your WhatsApp. That person asked them, what is my upline number? Once you've done that free process, they now become an investor. And investment is at 2 levels. buy your 2-year license for $69, or go all the way and invest $144 to be in the business. So what are we saying? Whenever everybody does this process, we form a network or a team of people who spend and people who earn. So if people continue building, and some people say, oh, you know what, like we were talking about it. Some people say, oh, me, I'm on postpaid, I don't really buy airtime. That's fine. You could not be buying airtime, but you need more money. You need that postpaid is a bill. So you need to pay that bill. So why not make money?
Can someone pay that bill through virtual AVS?
Currently, you might not use AVS to pay that bill, but the utility process is coming on to that, where we'll be able to now pay bills, and that is a topic for another time. We are able to pay bills. So even the postpaid on Safaricom, on KPLC, all those are being included in the app. This app is big, I can tell you. Just download it and create your account.
What does the app does right now at the moment for someone that is watching us? I see there's a number of questions that which are coming up, but at the end we shall be reading the questions and some are answered. But what does the app entails?
Currently what the app is doing is very simple. Everybody can buy airtime float and use that float to buy their own airtime. What is airtime float on virtual AVS? Airtime float is a universal airtime where you take money off your bank or your mobile account and you buy it into the app. So when you put your money into the app, now we say you have either in your wallet or when you buy it as float, so you end up having what we call airtime float. And next time we'll talk about utility float. This float is in a universal state that now helps everybody to buy airtime not only for themselves, but for people across the globe. So Dr. Osoro, when we are sitting in here, you can buy your own float and buy airtime for somebody in Jamaica, somebody in Australia, somebody in South Africa, and they will receive it within seconds in their own local mobile service network. That is how powerful this app is.
There is I want to read a few comments here, or questions. First, a comment from Mwendwa Mburugu, watching, great discussion. Njeri Washira, a question: what is the difference between buying credit card from virtual AVS and M-Pesa? Maybe that question.
All right, I'll answer that in a very simple way, and I think I had even started answering that. The difference between buying from other sources and buying from virtual AVS is simple. Other sources don't pay you commissions in dollars, virtual AVS does. So by you buying airtime via virtual AVS, you make money. Your income starts there.
Yeah, because I see Mwendwa Mburugu was trying to answer. Virtual AVS pays you back, cash back in dollars, which you can withdraw through M-Pesa. That means you can finance your life with airtime. Also, Adpat was trying to answer the same question here. This is the best income generator for all, easy, affordable, and scalable. Can you explain that in further?
When we are saying that it is the best income generator, and I say that it is easy, affordable, and scalable, again, very simple. I hope that I've answered Njeri, on the issue of buying airtime from M-Pesa or other services and virtual AVS. That is how it works. The other services don't pay you in dollars, virtual AVS pays you money. And as Burugu, our partner Mwendwa Burugu has said, you can finance your life from this app. How do you finance your life from this app when we talk about it being scalable? If you earn 1 shilling from one person, virtual AVS can pay you 1 shilling from 1,000 people. It will pay you 1 shilling from 10,000 people. It will pay you 1 shilling from 1,000,000 people. That's it. So at virtual AVS we say cents making sense, because the system, the technology collects that 1 shilling from people buying airtime in their own countries as long as they're in your team. And that's how you make money. And when you begin making money, assume in your family, let's assume in a family of 5, each of you start earning, let's not even go far, each of you starts earning $500 from virtual AVS. And you are 5 in the house. That means in that house already we have an income of $2,500, which was not there. Can you start businesses? Can you go on holiday? Can you buy anything that you want? Can you walk into a boutique and buy clothes, you know, designer wear that you want? Because now the income level has increased, and that's what we are saying. Let other people's expenses, including yours, pay you and to finance your lifestyle.
Okay, another question. Maybe I will ask Coach Paul from Mzuri, Kenya. Je, airtime nitanunua kupitia mtandao wa virtual AVS ama naweza nikanunua kupitia M-Pesa pia? Coach Paul.
Swali nzuri sana. Naweza kuijibu na Kiswahili au naweza kutafsiri na Kimombo. Sijui ni gani angefurahia, lakini naweza itumia na Kiswahili. And I'll also translate for the purpose of our viewers, also to find out. The question is, can I buy airtime from the virtual AVS app, or can I pay, like for example, one of the methods of payment in Kenya is through Safaricom M-Pesa. So yes, to answer the question, yes, ndio unaweza kuinunua airtime yako. Yes, you can buy your airtime from the mobile phone app called Virtual AVS. Kutoka pale kwa ile mtandao wetu wa Virtual AVS. So if you want to buy airtime from here, there are several ways of paying for it. Several. And that's one of the things I love about Virtual AVS.
Maybe you can go further so that you can understand. Anaweza kusidiza ili aweze kufahamu ni njia hipi anaweza kuinunua hiyo airtime kupitia mtandao wa Virtual AVS.
Very good. So njia moja, for example, pale kwa Virtual AVS, one of the ways that you can pay, you go to this icon called buy services. I'm not sure whether the camera lady can see that.
The camera lady will try to.
So there's an icon here called buy services. When he clicks on buy services, akibonyeza pale kwa buy services, they will be able to find something like Albert said called buy airtime float. So I think you can check from the app itself here. Just zoom into this app. And if I click on buy services, there are several methods that I can be able to pay for services there. One of the services is buy airtime float. Sasa ile airtime ambayo alikuwa anataka kununua iko katika hiyo kitu inaitwa float. So you say buy airtime float, alafu ataweka pale, for example, it's in dollars. So maybe kuna ile amount anataka ya Kenya, anataka kununua kama 100, ataweka $1 pale. So when he puts $1, it is equivalent to around 100 and something according to the dollar rate in Kenya. Like today it could be 118. So it would be 118 Kenya shillings worth of airtime.
So you can put 0.9 if it's exactly 100 shillings.
0.85.
Yes.
To make exactly 100.
So now that allows them to have airtime float. Methods za kulipia pale ni kadhaa. Kuna ya kwanza AVS wallet. For example, na hiyo ndio point mwenzangu alikuwa analeta. One of the reasons why Virtual AVS is going to transform people's lives is because, and this is very important kwa hiyo msikilizaji wetu, when they are paying for airtime from the Virtual AVS app, it will give them commissions. Eventually, this AVS wallet will have enough money to finance bili yake yote ya airtime. So it eliminates that expense from your life. And if it does, inamaanisha, this is the reason you should be using this app.
Now, if he or she buys from that like $0.85 to make 100 airtime of 100 Kenya shillings, now translating from $1 to maybe the country you are, maybe in Tanzania, Uganda, Nigeria, America, but now we are talking of Kenya.
Yeah. Yeah, alikuwa anazungumzia kuhusu M-Pesa, how to
kuhusu kununua kupitia M-Pesa.
So I wanted to get to that point first. So kama atalipia na AVS wallet, inamaanisha itatoa pesa kutoka pale kwa wallet yake. Virtual AVS wallet.
Ni nini wallet? What's the wallet?
The wallet is a place where Virtual AVS collects money from. It's like your virtual wallet. Kama vile watu wako na wallet kwa hiyo M-Pesa pia. Hiyo ni wallet. Sababu wanaweka pesa pale.
Kwa ile yani kuna sehemu ambao hiyo pesa ukinunua inatoka. Ukienda M-Pesa hiyo.
So ni kama benki lako.
So
this bank of Virtual AVS stores your money. So you can choose to use that money for airtime, you can choose to use that money for your shopping and other things. Njia ya pili ya kulipia pale kwa buy services, let me just go stage by stage. Ni pay via Visa or MasterCard. That means you'll use your card for payment.
You can use your
If you have money in your
for
bank, you can
payment.
pay for that. Number 3, which inakuja kwa ule msikilizaji wetu, is through mobile money. So in Kenya, for example, there are 2 methods of mobile money payment: Airtel Money and Safaricom M-Pesa. So if he wants to use money from as M-Pesa to pay for airtime here, he can use that. Anaweza kutumia M-Pesa. Na namba ya mwisho pale ni through cryptocurrency. Digital currency is being embraced all over the world. And through that digital currency like Bitcoin and many others, cryptocurrency is one of the methods accepted for payment. And I think even just locally here, one of our banks, Central Bank of Kenya, started accepting cryptocurrency, and through that they can also use that to pay for their airtime.
If they have their Bitcoin in their wallet.
Yeah, whichever cryptocurrency they have. Here we have several availed. There is BTC, there is Tron Chain, and several others ambazo ziko pale available via cryptocurrency. So to answer that question again, you can use your money from, for example, like in Kenya, M-Pesa to pay for your airtime.
Okay, ndio naona Mwendwa Bru was trying to answer mzuri. Buying through virtual AVS is better because you earn cash, and you can also start a business with the app to earn thousands of dollars every day. Coming to Albert was explaining something as we are going to wind up shortly. Albert.
Yeah, so I think the easiest part, as my partner has said, is again very, very simple, because we are still talking about why everybody needs the virtual AVS app and why those numbers make a difference to you. And so that is why we said airtime is big, because of the number of people who still use airtime. You know, there are people who use postpaid, that's fine, and we talked about that. But this business is bigger than a convenience, because postpaid is a good convenience and we all need it. Hautaki sasa leo unazungumza na mtu simu inakatika. That's fine, but you need a business to power, because remember we said about it again here the last time, that many people think things are expensive, but it's simply because they can't afford it. But now we want you to be able to afford your lifestyle. We want you to be able to afford things, and I can't do this by myself. Coach Paul can't do it by himself. So virtual AVS has come so that technology puts us into one family, and this is one family that is going to make each other wealthy, very rich, to be able to finance and fund their lifestyles. So I want to earn that 1 shilling from you, somebody else wants to earn that 1 shilling from me. Let's come together, let's do this as a team, and sooner or later it is a possibility that every month you will get $5 from 1,000 people. And trust me, when we talk about this, it is possible that we can all make more than $5,000 monthly. All you need to do, get out of there, build a team. And you can build this team in 1 week, you can build it in 1 month, you can build it in 1 year, or you will never build it at all. The decision is yours. But virtual AVS is open to everybody, and airtime is massive. Get the income.
Back to Coach Paul. What's your parting shot to someone camera, twist your camera to someone that is watching you?
I think I would like to encourage, especially investors. I've been watching business news with a very keen eye from several stations that broadcast our news section in Kenya, for example, and internationally. And I've noticed that there are fund managers out there, for example, those who deal with banks and investors who come there to look for opportunities. They are very attentive to opportunities to try and transform the economic landscape. That's number one. But also to ensure that their disposable income does not go away. So these fund managers are very instrumental in making sure that happens, because they engage with investors to make sure that their disposable income is invested in the right places. Those right places help them make sure that their disposable, the inflation, for example, like what's happening in the world right now, does not start eating into their active income. So you who's an investor out there and you're looking for a brilliant opportunity to, yes, make money for yourself, but also leave a legacy to impact the community. You know, I remember hearing this from one of the audio podcasts that I was listening to this morning. Success not shared is failure. So I want you to remember that. Success not shared is failure. So if you are already a successful person and you're looking to make an impact in the community, because remember, these same people will be the people that you'll meet as you drive your fancy car around the streets, and they will probably be impelled to come steal from you if this economic landscape does not change. So you don't live in your own little bubble thinking that you're not going to be affected by the problems that are surround us. So as investors, I mean, really encouraging them to come out and let's engage, let's talk about this. There's so many conversations happening out there, politically speaking, even some of them, but not really driven towards a practical solution. For us, we know that we have a practical solution. We're imploring you to come out here and we can have this conversation and figure out a sustainable way to make sure the money that's coming out to the economy can come back to the consumers, therefore expanding and making sure that our economic landscape does better. That's my parting shot to you, Coach Paul, right here from Nairobi, Kenya.
Thank you, Coach Paul. Coming to Albert Nation, what is your parting shot? Camera 3 is your camera.
Christmas is coming. Start making money for Christmas today. In 4 months, you can power the holiday you wanted. Start today. We are here with you for virtual AVS. We train. We have our offices out there at Kimathi House. We will come to your office to train your staff, to train your colleagues. We will come to your event because we want to do this together. If you don't join us, somebody will. If you don't make the money, somebody will. Will that be you?
Thank you, Nation, and thank you also, Coach Paul. Also, I promised to read some comments, as I've done, from our YouTube channel, Romi TV Africa. We'll also read in our Facebook page, that's Romi TV Africa. From the first comment comes from Zuri Kenya again, saying, I am following up every step. Are you following wherever you are? Comment, tell us. We will be reading your comments. Also, Weguru of Faith says, amazing, following live. She is also following us live every step that we are moving with Tuesday Business. Also, Ronie Semakula, she's saying, go guys, making money is as easy as virtual AVS. Wow, great. Samakula, thank you. Also, Tabita Nana, great business here. Thank you, Tabita. Also, Crovins Veni saying, very impressive. And I, Robert, finally says, wonderful show. As also Mishai Rusier says, indeed, virtual AVS is a practical solution. Virtual AVS is the best thing to ever happen. Thank you everyone for tuning up on your screens, for watching us live, Tuesday Live Business. Here today I was joined by my guest is here from far left, Coach Paul, and also in the middle, Albert Nation. They have been with us here for the last 1 hour, and it was a great show. Keep watching us in every program, and remember, every Tuesday from 10 a.m. in our Business Tuesday, and Thursday also at the same time, talking about how to create jobs with different directors from different companies. We're glad that you're watching and you are tuned in. Remember, this is Romi TV Africa. Also, go to our social media platforms, like, subscribe for us, and keep watching us at Dr. Robert Osoro at Romi TV Africa. Thank you for watching. Guys, I really appreciate for coming, and it was a great show.
Pleasure.
We have been impacted and educated, because a mind is only limited to when it's not open to ideas. But when the mind is open to ideas, there is a way and there is a will. Where there's a will, there is a way. Thank you for coming, and for everyone that has been tuned in, we also appreciate you and we thank you for watching. Keep liking us and following and subscribing, and also commenting to us at Romi TV Africa. Dr. Robert Soro, thank you. See you up next in another program.
Did you know that you can make money from one of the fastest moving consumer products in the world? Did you know that making money online is the best way to secure your financial future in this fast-changing economic landscape? Introducing Virtual Airtime Vending Software, a revolutionary system that allows you to become an airtime distributor globally. Virtual AVS is a system that uses network marketing model of distribution to distribute airtime of more than 300 mobile service providers in more than 100 countries across the globe. It is arguably one of the biggest opportunities in the telecommunication industry that was valued at $1.83 trillion as of 2020. Virtual AVS has a generous compensation plan that has 3 streams of income, namely license commission, airtime commission, and bulk airtime commission. How to get started? 1. Download the Virtual AVS Android app on Google Play Store and create an account. 2. Pay the 24 months user license of $69 and become a partner. 3. Upgrade your account with $75 and start earning bulk airtime commission passive income. 3. Recommend the Virtual AVS system and start earning license, airtime, and bulk airtime commissions as shown below. For all the business partners you recommend in your first level, you earn $10. For the second level, you earn $4. $2 for levels 3 to 10, and $1 for levels 11 to 15. In addition, any airtime you load through the Virtual AVS system, you earn 0.5% for the first $20 and 5% for any amount over and above $20. You also earn 0.4% of the first $20 airtime loaded every month by all the partners in your team from levels 1 to 15, as shown in the previous table. All accounts upgraded to earn bulk airtime commission will earn 55 cents from the holder of the account, 55 cents from level 1 to 10, 22 cents from level 11 to 14, and 55 cents from level 15. If you recommend 5 people in your first level and everyone in your team recommends 5 each, then the table below shows how your projected commissions would look like. Virtual AVS also allows you to register customers for free, and you will be earning commissions from all the airtime float they load. All the commissions you earn are channeled to your AVS wallet and can be withdrawn anytime to your mobile money account or bank account. Download the Virtual AVS app and get started in this life-changing opportunity, or contact the person who sent you this video. Take action today!